Hi, I'm Fiona Smith. I'm one of the vets at Chestnut Vets, a veterinary practice in Hertfordshire. And today I'm just going to tell you a little bit about something that I'm asked all too frequently. Something about ticks. I'm asked, what are they? Where are they from? What diseases do they carry? And how can we protect our pets? And so I wanted to elaborate on that and tell you a bit more about it. Well, this is a tick. It's a spider-like creature with 8 legs, mouthpieces, and this big body which grows as it fills with blood that the tick sucks. It's a horrible little creature. We have them all over the place in England, but somewhere like this with livestock is somewhere that we would be really worried we would find multiple ticks. They like pasture land, heathland and woodland. They can't jump, and so what they do is a process called questing. They climb up blades of grass and they hang on to the grass with their back 2 pairs of legs, wafting their front legs around in the hope that they will detect a shadow or some moisture of an animal walking past. And then they cling on with those 4 legs and they attach with their mouthpieces, making a small hole in the skin to put their feeding tube through and suck blood. That isn't the whole story. The major problem we have with ticks is their ability to transmit diseases. And they do this as the longer they are attached, the more likely they are to start regurgitating their own saliva. And it's in this saliva that they then transmit diseases. Now, historically, we worried about Lyme disease. Lyme disease can cause joint problems and, in an unlucky few, even kidney failure. It affects animals and humans alike and is a concern if you were to be bitten by a tick. But recently, our concerns have spread to the worry of a disease called Babesia. It affects dogs and it's transmitted by ticks. And previously we only recognised it in dogs that had travelled abroad, as it was carried by ticks on the continent, but not here in the UK. However, this year, a number of dogs have been diagnosed with Babesia who have never been abroad, and so now we're faced with the realisation that it may well be here in England and carried by some of the tick population. What is Babesia? Well, Babesia is a small protozoan parasite that attaches to red blood cells, the bit of the blood that makes it red. And it causes a destruction of those red blood cells so that they burst, which causes the dog to become anemic. Not only that, the body tries to help by destroying the parasites, but in doing so, destroys yet more of the red blood cells, making the anemia potentially fatal. Yes, drugs may help. Yes, we can offer blood transfusions, but again, some, sadly, don't make it. So what can we do? It's a question that's asked to me frequently and very frequently since this new problem has occurred to us this year. Well, the best thing that we can try and do is to remove the ticks as soon as we spot them. If we can remove them before they transmit diseases, then hopefully little or no harm is done. And we suggest getting one of these things called a tick remover. It's a small implement and it can be used to remove the tick in a safe way, because if you just try and yank it off your dog, then the risk is that you could leave those sharp mouth parts behind, which can cause problems. So by using this tick remover on the skin, you can attach it to the tick and firmly twist around and cause it to loosen, and they let go and they're safely removed, legs and mouthpieces intact. Of course, you want to then restrain that tick in a pot and you can hand that into your vet. But what else can we do? Because you can't always notice these ticks. They can be very small when they first start to attach before they fill up with blood. Well, there are preventatives on the market that we can try. Monthly tablets, monthly spot-ons. Sadly, none of them will be 100% protective. The tick has to bite the pet to get some of the blood, to often get some of these drugs before they will take effect. So there's always a window for potential disease transmission, but they're certainly better than nothing, and would be very advisable for you to speak to your vet and find out what might be the most appropriate to tailor to your pet what they can possibly have to prevent these horrid little ticks.